Good afternoon, Jets Nation. Welcome to the Jet Show. Want to apologize for no good and the bad after the game yesterday. Two things not working for me. As you can see, I don't have a microphone. That's still an issue with me right now, but that will be getting resolved very soon. And I was also having some difficulties with my camera. Obviously, that has been fixed. Sorry about the microphone issue, but that is going to be getting resolved very soon. But don't expect microphone on any videos this week. But now let's go ahead and get into the good and the bad following yesterday's 10-3 loss to the New England Patriots. Let's get started. Since we lost, let's start off with the good. The Jets defense was fantastic yesterday. I mean, the turnaround we saw this defense take from last season to this year was absolutely insane. Last season, this Jets defense was losing the Jets games, and this year they're keeping us in games and also winning it for us. I mean, the Jets defense was just awesome yesterday, and they played exactly how we wanted them to. They could not have played a better game. They only allowed the Patriots 3 offensive points. They should have had 9, but even whenever you can hold an NFL offense in nowadays league to under 10 points, that's super impressive, and the fact that the Jets defense did that today is incredible. They deserve all the props in the world and were the reason that we almost won this football game. We also had we actually tied our season high in sacks with 6, once again against the New England Patriots. This time around, Quentin Williams, Bryce Huff, John Franklin Myers, Quincy Williams, Carl Lawson, and Michael Clemens all had sacks. And you look at the box score, you'll see that Mac Jones did complete 23 of his 27 passes for 246 yards. You say, well, hey, that's not that bad of a stat line, but he had a worse QBR than Zach Wilson somehow, which is pretty insane to say. But Mac Jones really wasn't that great yesterday. Rhamondre Stevenson also was contained. I said in my preview, if the Jets want to win this football game, we're going to have to contain the Patriots' best offensive weapon, Rhamondre Stevenson, and we did exactly that. He was held to only 82 total yards, and after the Patriots' offense got past midfield, they completely stalled except for like one drive. So the Jets' defense was phenomenal yesterday, and we could not have asked them to play any better. But the offense was the reason we lost this football game. They were horrible yesterday. They had a net total of 103 total yards, which is the third lowest ever in franchise history. They were god-awful yesterday. Now, we only had a net total of 103 yards because we lost 33 on sacks. So if you take away the sack yards, we had a total of 136, but still, you're not going to win a football game when you only have 136 total yards. The Jets' offense was terrible yesterday. I say he, because Zach Wilson was the problem. The dude completed 9 of his 22 passes for 77 yards, to 0 touchdowns. Should have threw 2 interceptions, but the Patriots defenders dropped them, so there's 0 on the stat sheet, although there should be 2. But, you can't win a football game when you have less completions than you have punts. The Jets punted it 10 times yesterday. Zach Wilson had 9 completions. God-awful performance. And he was missing wide-open receivers by underthrowing them, overthrowing them, just not throwing the ball to them. You look at the All-22. He had Denzel Mims wide open for a touchdown. Zach Wilson stared him down, and yet did not throw it to him. I don't know what this dude was sneaking yesterday. I don't know what this dude was on, but he was horrible. And, it's led to a lot of Jets fans giving up faith in Zach Wilson. I still have confidence in him, even though it's very low. I'm almost on the breaking point of just getting a new quarterback this offseason, but I still have a little bit of faith in Zach Wilson just because of what he showed in the past, and he has that promise. It's just, it doesn't look like he's going to fulfill that promise. And sure, you can also blame the offense's poor performance on the running game, although it didn't seem like it. We did run the football technically more than we passed it, which is crazy to say, and we only mustered 59 rushing yards, which by no means is good. And Mike LaFleur also wasn't calling good plays yesterday either. Some of the plays he had were just really head scratchers, and if he would have changed things up, maybe the Jets would have had a shot in this game. But you can't win a football game when your quarterback has less than 10 completions. And Zach Wilson had exactly that yesterday. And you also can't win a game whenever he throws for less than 100 yards. Zach Wilson did exactly that yesterday. So just a horrible performance by Zach Wilson and the Jets offense. And we're going to have to fix things next week against the Chicago Bears. And if the Jets offense would have just had one good drive in the second half, we win this football game. Because the Patriots offense couldn't do anything in the second half either. Their special teams was the reason they won this football game. They got lucky on a punt return. Yeah, you can say that there were some black in the back penalties, but we shouldn't even be talking about that, because if the Jets offense would have had at least one good drive in the second half that led to us scoring, we win this football game. But we did not do that. Just a terrible performance in the Jets offense yesterday. But as I mentioned, we play the Chicago Bears next week, who don't have a good defense whatsoever. So next week should be a get-right game for this Jets offense. Hopefully we can see Zach Wilson get back on track along with this running game. Hopefully Nate Herbig and Corey Davis are back next week as well. I mean, we miss them dearly this week. Next week, the Chicago Bears also might be without Justin Fields too, so a potential story to keep your eye on. But that's going to do it for my good and bad today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm your host, Jet, signing off for now. See you guys later.